These refs are getting paid almost $1 million, and they call that over the back. Sabonis was under him. How can he go over him? Please explain physics. How? Please explain. Are you smoking crack? That makes no sense. And I don't even want to hear it from the Wizards fans. Oh, there's no guarantee he would make a shot if he got the ball. Sabonis is shooting 52% from the field. I don't know how much he's shooting from 2-point range specifically, but from the field, he's shooting 52% on a night where he has a triple-double and 30 points. You're telling me that there's not a 90 or 80% chance that he makes that shot? Because if you're telling me that, you're also smoking crack, only you're getting paid a significantly less amount of money than the refs. So I might forgive you for that. Pay me $1 million to make calls like that. I'll do that all day. Adam Silver, come on. Give me money. Give me $1 million. I'll make calls like that. I'll give Russell Westbrook favorable calls all day for him to celebrate about it. I'll do that all day. Yeah. Russell Westbrook, after he blocked the shot, going, yeah, let's go. Guess what? You got bailed out by the refs. What are you celebrating? You didn't get an honest win. You got bailed out by the refs. Also by a team that has 6 guys injured. What? That's so stupid. We haven't even had that many games this year where I've had to yell like this about terrible calls, which is good, but this is just bad. This is one of the games that really mattered, because it's a possible play-in matchup, and we're getting down the stretch where all these games are mattering for seeding. And you just did that. Really? Really? That's terrible. That's not... tired of living here. It's a terrible call. That's a garbage win against an injured team. It's just terrible. I don't know why the refs hate Sabonis so much. Don't know. Maybe he gets too emotional and says things to the ref, causing them to be mad at him. Okay, cool. But the calls are supposed to be fair. It shouldn't... no emotion is supposed to go into the calls. So why are you calling them emotionally? At the end, they're calling it on LeVert. Oh my goodness. You have to be on drugs. There is no other possibility for those calls down the stretch. Either rigged or on drugs. There's no way. It's got to be one of them. I can't wait till we get Miles back. And Russell Westbrook tries to lay it in or dunk it in or whatever he does. And Miles Turner just reaches up and swats it to the other goal. The other freaking basket. Because it'll happen. You don't think Miles is mad? Because down there before overtime, Caris and Sabonis, Russell Westbrook was coming, and they started backing up. Why the heck are you backing up? You think Russell Westbrook is going to shoot a 3 there? Aren't you guys supposed to be watching film on this guy? You guys should know he's going to drive it to the basket if you back up. That's what he's going to do. He's going to take it to the hoop, and he's going to dunk it. And you guys back up. Sabonis, maybe you back up to play some interior defense. But LeVert, why are you backing up? Why aren't you going up to guard him on the perimeter? You're a good perimeter defender. Why don't you force him to take that three that he might miss? What are you doing? What is that defense? And if Miles was there, it would have been completely different. If Miles was standing in the post, even if he backed up, Russ wouldn't have drove. Or if he did, it would have gotten blocked. Because this is Miles Turner. Miles Turner blocks guys who are 7'2". You don't think he's going to block 6'3" Russell Westbrook? If you think that, you have never watched Miles Turner play the game of basketball. In fact, you've probably not watched any basketball. If you don't think a natural shot blocker who is leading the league in blocks per game isn't going to block that when Russell tries to take it to him. Maybe he gets called for a foul. Okay, sure. But maybe Russ misses one. Maybe he doesn't. Sure, he makes two and we're in the same situation. But still, that's terrible defense by the players. And I don't think Bjorkgren, Nate, I don't think Nate drawed it up that way because I haven't seen that where they're in transition and they both back up. Usually one guy's on the perimeter and another guy's in the paint. It's terrible. It's terrible. If we drop out of the play-in by like a game, I'm going to point to this game and be like, yeah. That one was decided by the refs. And it's freaking garbage. That's just garbage. There's no other way to put it. It's worse. No, I'm not going to say it's worse than 2018. But it's worse than that Raptors game where they didn't call a reach in when I believe it was Kyle Lowry reached in on Malcolm Brogdon. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Malcolm Brogdon, if we had him, guarding Russell Westbrook might have been a different story if we had Malcolm Brogdon guard Russell Westbrook. Because Malcolm Brogdon has a longer reach and has a lot more size. So if Russ tries to drive his body into him, Malcolm Brogdon can stay there because he can take a hit. He's a big dude. So defense on that drive or just throughout the whenever Karras sat down and Russ might have been still on the court and Malcolm was there, it might have turned out differently. I just hate that this game was decided like that. It's garbage. And I'm tired of seeing it. Because it's always in the important games, it feels like. Against teams like the Raptors, who, at the beginning of the year, were doing much better. They were not in the state that they were in now. But usual playoff teams, where it might be an eventual matchup, I feel like stuff like this happens all the time, and it's so stupid. Yeah, sure, we're not good in the first round. It's because of our own play sometimes. But also sometimes it's decided by the refs like this. And that's stupid. Because this is the National Basketball Association, not the WWE. This is supposed to be decided by the players, not the refs. Why isn't the back of my throat? Yeah. But it just feels like things are getting scripted with the Pacers, and I don't like that because fan bases like the Lakers, they never have to worry about being scripted against them. Just they're in Los Angeles. But just because we're in Indiana, we don't bring in as much money, we get our games decided. That just seems so stupid. I mean, I've been talking about Red Wings games all year this year. I've missed a few. But none of their games have been decided by NHL referees. Nope, none of them. Want to know why? Because the Red Wings are like the Los Angeles Lakers of hockey. Yes, they're bad now, but the Red Wings fans still support them because it's Detroit. They support them good or bad. And we still bring in a lot of revenue for the NHL, so the refs might give us a few favors now and again. The Tigers, you don't really have to worry about it because it's baseball. Very rarely do things get decided like that. I think I've had to complain a few times about the umpires, but never to the point where I'm screaming like this for the Red Wings. Like, why for the Indiana teams? It's decided it's decided by the refs for games that are kind of important. This is why this is where basketball can improve and get even more fans. If it wasn't like this, if it wasn't so soft sometimes, if it wasn't so blatantly rigged sometimes. But no. It's just stupid. I hope Miles Turner is back and we play the Wizards in the play-in. I hope we're healthy. I hope both teams are healthy and they play each other in the play-in and we get an actual fair decided game and there aren't any stupid calls by the refs. I mean, there are going to be a few stupid calls on each side, but any like this where it decides the game at the end of the game and it's decided by the refs. It's stupid. Stupid. I'm surprised there isn't a hole punched into the walls anywhere here. I mean, right there, that's the side of the house. So there wouldn't be a hole there. But there could be a hole here. Not there, that's another wall of the house. Here, there's a room to the side, and here there's a hallway back here. I could punch a wall through that. I could punch a wall through that, probably. If I punched hard enough. Maybe. I mean, there's a good opening right there. Right there. Another good opening down there, right under my Miles Turner poster. Like that whole open area. This door, I can punch it. Maybe. I feel like that hurt more, though. Because that's solid wood, so. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. As always, I'm not funny, and eventually the NBA is going to lose fans over this. I can guarantee you it. They're going to start losing fans when they call games like this. Because people are just going to get fed up. People like me are never going to get fed up because we just love the game too much. But the NBA doesn't care. I mean, you have the NCAA who's actively making rules against flopping, which I like. And games seem to be decided way less because of refs. But in the NBA, it's not like that. Like, no wonder you have more people, well, not more people, but no wonder you have people who just strictly watch college basketball and not the NBA. I'm not surprised, based on this stuff. And the certain players that get certain treatment, like you have two polar opposites when it comes to player treatment. You have LeBron and players like LeBron, and then you have Sabonis. Sabonis gets whacked around all day and doesn't get anything. LeBron, somebody looks at him wrong, and it's a foul. This is something the NBA needs to fix. Not just for my team, but for other teams. For all of the smaller market teams that for whatever reason they call against. Well, and not for whatever reason, we know the reason. It's because they don't bring as much money, they don't have as many fans, there's not as much appeal. Stupid. I'll see you guys next time. I don't even want to hear any of the blame go to Nate for this one. He actually put in a different defense. It might have worked. They didn't score 96 points in the paint. I could see blame going a bit to the players for some of the defense there at the end, but like, you don't think that after that call on Sabonis they weren't drained completely? Just mentally, that's hard to recover from, especially in the span of like 30 seconds trying to get back on defense. and then trying not to talk to the ref and get a tech. Like, it's a whole different. It's a whole different ball game. See you guys.